motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison? Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 3 is the final reading of an ordinance rezoning the property at 8561 Rivers Avenue from B2 General Business to B3 Recreation, Commercial and Highway-Oriented Uses, and amend the comprehensive plan future land use map for the same parcel, changing it from major business retail to highway-oriented use.
Second. Motion and a second for denial. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison? Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion to deny carries unanimously. Item 4 is the final reading of an ordinance rezoning the properties at 4831 and 4827 O'Hare Avenue from B2 General Business to CRD Commercial Redevelopment.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Benson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 5 is the final reading of an ordinance rezoning the property at 4401 Leeds Avenue from M2 Heavy Industrial to M1 Light Industrial.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Mr. Jamison? I'm sorry, Ms. Jamison.
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 6 has been withdrawn by the applicant. Item 7 is the first reading of an ordinance to approve the proposed sale of not exceeding $80 million of limited obligation bonds.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I got discussion on it.
Yes, sir.
The obligation here, would it affect any other bond issues for other stuff? We talked a little bit about that.
No, sir. This is based only on the hotel, motel accommodation fees that come in.
Okay, and if there's not enough accommodation tax, then the general fund's going to have to pick up the rest,
No, sir.
pay the bond off?
We will pay. It may have to be extended, but we're okay. Warren, you want to?
I didn't quite hear your question, I apologize.
He's wanting to know if we don't get enough hotel motel accommodations fees in to pay the bond, where would the payments come from?
As the bond stipulates, it would come from any other available sources of revenue, wherever that may be, potentially general fund.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I was originally opposed to this, but I think it's some good projects in there, and we need to probably move forward with them, so I'm going to vote for it tonight.
Thank you, sir. Just for the general public, the projects we're looking at is a 2,000 space parking deck at the Coliseum Convention Center. We're looking at the completion of what we are doing with Dorchester County in the pool complex. We're looking at a 3-gym complex that will be built on remount next to our public works site. We're looking at building a club in the Coliseum for about 100 seats. What was the rest of it, Ray?
Over on the base.
The
The naval
barn.
base.
We have the builders have this barn thing that they have built, and we want to put it on the Navy base so it will be a permanent location for our farmers market, but also then it would be secondary for rental for people to have parties and what have you, have additional covered space. Won't be climate controlled, just fans, that type of thing. But something that will really add, the whole purpose of this funds that has to be used for things that are going to put people in hotels. And that's why the tax has to be used for that, and that's why we're designating it for projects. There are a lot of other projects we would like to spend the money on, but we can't. It has to be under code. That's the only thing we can use it for. So, but hopefully that more people coming in generates more revenue coming in than to help us do the other projects we need.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
there's
Brown.
just one more question I think we brought up, and I'm pretty sure we should cover that by now. Was some approval that we needed from county?
Correct.
Yes, and that has been done.
As far as I know, we've got, Brady, we got,
I believe that it's been done. I'm not.
we'll find out for you before we do the. Yeah. We've got the agreement, we're just waiting on the approval.
But, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
For clarification to Mr. Brown's question and point, assuming that we pass this, it's subject to the county agreement, correct?
That's
Correct.
They have the intergovernmental agreement, and I don't see any problems with it, but this is first reading for the bill, so by the time we pass this, it will be passed by the county.
It's a continuation of an agreement that we've already had with them on the construction of the Performing Arts Center and the Convention Center. Any other questions?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just for clarification from us, no vote tonight on this issue. Being the way this is drafted and what's attached to it and how everything's linked within one ordinance, I have not been a fan of the swimming pool for Dorchester County, being Dorchester County is only paying $7.5 million, and we're going to fork out $12.5 million or more. There's no consideration for additional costs from the operating budget whenever we have to engage employees for that pool and the operations. I am not at all against recreation, but being these items are linked, it's unfortunate that I would like to support part of it, but I would be contradicting myself, so I'm stuck with a no on this. But
Well, let me just say in defense of Dorchester County, the school district only needs one pool. We're doing three, a warm-up pool and two 25-meter pools that can also be separated and used as a 50-meter pool so that we can bring events in, meets both in the high school level and in the college level because of the 50-meter. So their goal was to have a place where they could have their team swim in competition from the high schools. With us operating it, will be used by the entire general public. It will have meets that will be used, but then as we bring in more people to that area, I don't think there's a hotel in that area. Is that right, sir? Right.
you're exactly right,
That's
and I
right.
hope we can generate them enough to get it. And I realize what the funds are for. This is not something that I want to debate with you, just let you know that because of how it's linked, and because we had a original plan on this to match it at $7.5 million, and we said that that's what we would do, but we're going well in excess of that, so I don't support it.
Well, one of the things they came to me with, and this is just for edification of the public, that we were going to an 8-lane pool instead of a 10-lane pool. An 8-lane pool will only allow 6 lanes for meets, because if you ever look at the Olympics, they don't swim into 2 outside lanes because the flow is different. And so we went with the original plan of 10 lanes so that we could have 8 lanes for competition. I'm one of these people that believe if we're going to build it, let's build it right or don't build it at all. And that's just the way I feel. I'm tired of seeing buildings go up that government is taking to part to build, and they're not there for 100 years. It's crazy to do it that way. And so that's the only reason we're doing it. We could have cut the cost, but we would have cut the quality of what we're building for the public.
I respect that, man. I may swim in it, but I won't support it tonight.
You won't swim in it, and we'll drown you.
You'll drown me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll charge you.
Well, you're talking to somebody that can't even swim, and I'm voting for it. All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison? Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
No.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 8 is the first reading of an ordinance to approve the sale of 17.96 acres located at 3685 Rivers Avenue, North Charleston, TMS 46906, lots 1 and 102, formerly known as Shipwatch Square Facility, for the appraised value of $3,325,000 to Appian Investments LLC.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Subject to a grocery store, correct, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Subject to a grocery store.
Subject to a grocery store.
That's right.
It's in the contract under number 36, so it's
Now
it's
it
there.
is.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Mayor Summy, on behalf of everybody on the south side of the city, I would just like to thank you. You've been working so hard for this and really, really going at it. I don't know how you did it, but just want to thank you on behalf of everyone on the southern part of the city for this.
And we also want to thank the development group, and they will be coming before you at a later time to let you know what their total plans are for the property. As you know, every time we get something that we can go into an area that we're trying to turn around, every time we can get something started, it's like that section in the Bible, and I know we're not supposed to talk about religion in council meetings, but that section in the Bible that I used to hate to read, that so-and-so begat so-and-so begat so-and-so begat so-and-so. Development begats development. Improvement begats improvement. And so I think this is going to be a major thing to help us change and redevelop that area.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
the King's English is not safe here. Big ad. I do want to say for the record, at the committee meeting, I had asked for the members of the LLC, and I did receive that. I think everybody did, as a matter of fact, and not only did we receive the names of the members, but we also, in a very transparent way, got the names of some investors. So this deal is good to go.
Mr. Mayor, do you know when they will have the, come and make that presentation to us? What's their timeline?
Ray, have we established a timeline?
Okay.
One of the developers is with us tonight, but I'm not going to call on him. But one of them is with us tonight, and we appreciate them coming forward and investing in the southern end of the city for us. Give them a hand. They deserve it. All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously for first reading. Item 9 is the first reading of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a lease between the City of North Charleston and Optima Towers 4 LLC.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Approved for first reading. Item 10 is the first reading of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute quitclaim deeds and any and all documents necessary and appropriate between the city of North Charleston and Weber USA Corporation,
Move for approval.
Otto Leland
Second.
Strauss Associates, I have to read it, LLC, KDC, Charleston Investments, 1 LP, Highway 78 Frontage Tracks LLC, and Sunset South Star LLC regarding the as-built location of Weber Boulevard and Ingleside Boulevard.
Move for approval.
Motion second, third, and fourth. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Mayor-
Aye.
Motion
Mayor Summy, could you
carries
please-
for first reading.
Can we please take items 11 through 21 as title only?
17.
17.
I mean 17, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Through 17.
Yes.
Yes. Clerk, without objection, please do so.
11 to 17. Number 11 is a resolution authorizing the city to accept the South Carolina Arts Commission grant in the amount of $25,391 for general operating support to benefit the North Charleston Cultural Arts Department. Number 12 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute mutual aid agreements between various adjacent law enforcement divisions and the city of North Charleston regarding law enforcement assistance and support. Number 13 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with South Carolina Electric and Gas Company for engineering and design for undergrounding on Montague Avenue, Phase 3 between I-26 and Park Circle. Item 14 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a cost-sharing agreement with Carner GEX LLC for drainage improvements serving the intersection of Jacksonville Road and Carner Avenue. Item 15 is a resolution and an award proposal for a wage and compensation study to Management Advisory Group at a cost of $49,125. Item 16 is a resolution accepting a portion of Cross Park Drive into the city system for maintenance. Number 17 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement covering area lighting with SCE&G for Coosaw Preserve Phase 4.
Have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
can we also take 18 through 21?
Yes, sir. Without objection, we'll do 18 through 21.
You want me to go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Read.
Number 18 is the bid award for Lancaster Street and Wando Road curb and gutter replacement to the low bidder AOS Specialty, Lexington, South Carolina, in the amount of $85,478.09. Number 19 is a bid award for Park Circle and Monitor Street crosswalks to the low bidder Asphalt Concepts, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, in the amount of $93,880. Number 20 is a request to approve the Oak Terrace Preserve Phase 3 contract modifications with Davis and Floyd Engineers in an amount not to exceed $194,663. Number 21 is a request for funding for various environmental projects.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any
Mr. Mayor.
discussion? Yes, sir.
Let it be please duly noted that 17 and 18 are out of Mr. King's bond allowance funds.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. King.
18 and 19. 18 and 19.
I mean, excuse me, 18 and 19.
You can pay for 17 too. Well, that's-
Yeah.
All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Jerome?
Aye.
Ms. Jamison?
Aye.
Mr. Brinson?
Aye.
Mr. Olds?
Aye for all except 21.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Mr. Skipper?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mayor Summy?
Aye.
Motion carries. As noted.
Have one request to speak. Mr. Anthony, come forward, sir, and give us your, you know the routine better than I do.
Anthony Bryant, 2123 Cortland Avenue, also calendar 29403, 843722742. This is some CPW. We requested rates, and we got back a public safety question. We made public comment quickly to Gerald Malloy, chairman of the Gun Issue Special Committee. At the meeting was Gerald Malloy, Chip Campson, who's in my old district, Chauncey Gregory, Greg Hembry, Marlene Kempson, and J.J. Gentry was the staff member, and C. May Wilson. We also made public comment to the Charleston County Sheriff's Office on the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, Inc. At that meeting, I was not dressed appropriately. I didn't have on a suit or a tie. I just had on my workout clothes, which I was riding my bike, and I came by. I did not get the public comment back. I'm deeply concerned about that. Also, we did the CPW piece as well on rates, and we did Charleston County Schools, but the police report was done in 2008 on both properties, 75 Calhoun property and also the property in North Charleston. We've come to the conclusion that that was taken pretty seriously. So therefore, the Department of Interior and also the Department of Education, Russell Ali, who's in D.C. actually, who has a school she's doing up in Washington now, was probably told that I operated in bad faith in some kind of way. SCDOT is also my certification as well. All these, in my opinion, has been criminally discovered for political purposes. Jefferson basically stated this: a person ignorant to history will not understand the tremendous damage caused by power. So power is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about race or gender, I'm talking about power. And when you have power, you abuse that power at a state level, federal level, whatever level you're at, you're doing a disservice to the public as a whole. So I'm here only on that purpose in dealing with the issues of the management of power. And that's what I'm dealing with within my work, and which I've done for close to 20-some years in my career. So I submit this for the record to be very formal about this experience, because it's very formal. I'm a former BZA member, DOT certified, HUD certified. So I don't come here just to be jabbing around and wasting my time. I'm concerned about rate issues. Google's already sucked up a bunch of water up in Berkeley County, and that's having really serious effects. And FEMA and HUD with $30 million in 2013, we commented on, with only $1 million under for economic solution grants. $1 million for the whole 46 counties, the 46 counties time, $1 million. So this is really critical for me in regards to the work that I'm committed to, which I've been committed to my whole life. So being informal to me is really a serious problem. I like any forms of informalities in public life. People are informal, it's very dangerous to the process. We have to be formal about everything we do. Separates church and state. I love my church, I love my state, but separations of powers in the Constitution. Okay, John Adams supported revivalism, Jefferson supported naturalism. He supported executive branch power, legislative branch power. This is simple civics we're talking about here. And we have to be about the business of really serious business for people who need it the most. And that's been my work. So I don't want to be a part of any type of buffoon or minstrel show any longer. Thank you for your service and time.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I would just like to say, the sad news that we heard about a 17-year-old young man getting killed in my district, one of my district. When I go to those meetings, I'm always asking the people, the only way we're going to solve crimes, is to speak up and not be afraid and come forward. And believe it or not, because those people in the Wheeling was not afraid to speak up, those guys was caught immediately. So I would just like to tell everybody, don't be afraid to speak up. But I'm just so proud of those people that wasn't afraid and they came forward, and now those guys was captured immediately. Because most people feel, well, nobody ever going to say anything, so we could just go around killing everybody because nobody is going to speak. But I just want to tell y'all and everybody that I'm just so proud of those people coming up and speaking. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes.
Mr. Mayor? I want to thank you for the initiative of writing to the governor and other high-level state officials to remind the state, as best we can do that as the port development project at the Old Navy base begins to get traction, there's still the unresolved issue of 3 overpasses that are specified in both in our MOU of 2002 and our settlement agreement of 2012. You have been really signaling to Palmetto Rail and to the Ports Authority that our city is ready to cooperate with them. But this is a contractual obligation. If the container terminal startup is etched in stone at December of 2019, perhaps you could tell me, Mr. Mayor, because I don't understand how they're going to build 3 overpasses between them.
Haven't been designed.
The question, and Mr. King and I have been talking about this at length, is have you heard from the governor, or have you heard from?
We got a letter back from the governor acknowledging she received it.
How about the Ports Authority?
Rated, we haven't gotten anything back from the port or
Only the governor.
only the governor or Senator Levin.
Good work, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Mayor, I have a question on it.
Yes, sir.
The agreement we had in 12, did that eliminate the factors for the overpasses?
No, sir, that was left.
Huh? Is it
I'm gonna
still
let the
in?
attorney answer that one.
Is it still in, or is that a legal question?
Well, it's a legal question, but the requirement for the 3 overpasses before the spa can open is still part of our contractual agreement with the spa. That was not negotiated away, and it specifically says that in that document. So they are all aware of it. We have reminded them about it, and so we're looking forward to them to start building some overpasses here pretty quickly.
Well, that North Red Avenue needs it bad.
And the agreement is with the state port authority.
That's right.
It's not with the state of South Carolina. It's not with public rails. It's not with anyone but the state port authority. And they're the ones that, according to the agreement, cannot open operations until the overpasses are in operation. And quite honestly, I don't think that the possibility exists for that to happen in the timeline that remains.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hare, this is more legal. There would not be the possibility of them trying to circumvent and go around it through the legislature, would it?
There's possibilities
Like some things.
of a lot of things, but I can assure you that I know this body, and this body will do every measure that we can to make sure that any agreement that we did in the theme of being fair and the theme of working together, and then if they disregard that, litigation.
We're not so happy, we just want them to uphold their bargain of the deal, right?
We just want them to hold up their end of the bargain. We've held up ours, we've worked with them on both the port, the access road. We've worked with the rails about trying to find ways that has the least impact on the growth of trains that are going to be moving. You know, bottom line is we're going to continue to have growth in industry in the state of South Carolina. The only port we have in the state of South Carolina, except St. George, is here. Well, we got that little place up there by Georgia, but I don't. But You know, so if it's going to be done by rail, it's going to come through us. And we understand that. But we just want to be treated fairly by the entire state of South Carolina through the Port Authority to make sure that we're just not the old dog that's kicked aside.
Contracts are contracts.
Also remind you, maybe we need to start using this as part of our promotion of the city. We are the only city in the United States of America that manufactures airplanes and vehicles. Only one in the country. So that's pretty doggone something to be proud of. All right, nothing else to come before the body. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. Meeting's adjourned.